Have you ever wondered where the terminate handler is called in a multi-threaded environment? It can be a bit confusing, but don't worry. Today, we're going to clarify this for you. I totally get it. Understanding how exceptions and termination work in threads can feel like navigating a maze. You're not alone in this. Many developers have faced similar questions. Let's dive into the specific questions that have been raised. First, when an exception is thrown inside a noExcept function, where does the terminate handler get called? Second, what happens when the user explicitly calls terminate? And finally, does it get called at the startup or destruction of a thread? These are crucial points to understand. To understand this, we need to look at how C++ handles exceptions and termination. When an exception is thrown in a noExcept function, the program will call terminate immediately. This is because noExcept functions are not allowed to throw exceptions. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how the terminate handler works in different scenarios, and I promise it will make your coding life a lot easier. First, let's address the first scenario. When an exception is thrown inside a function marked with noExcept, the terminate handler is called in the thread that initiated the exception. Next, when the user explicitly calls terminate, the terminate handler is also executed in the thread that made the call. This means the context of the call is preserved. Now let's consider the third scenario. During the startup or destruction of a thread, the terminate handler is invoked in the context of that specific thread. Regarding the standard definition, yes, the behavior of the terminate handler is defined in the C++ standard. However, thread local objects may not be accessible during the termination process. Fun fact, did you know that the term terminate in programming can also refer to ending a process? It's a reminder that sometimes stopping is just as important as starting. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user points out that the standard does not specify which thread the terminate handler is called in. However, they note that it is unlikely to be in a different thread than the one that triggered terminate. Testing on various compilers confirms that the handler is called in the same thread that caused the termination. In conclusion, while the behavior is unspecified, it appears that the terminate handler is consistently called in the thread that invokes terminate based on tests across multiple compilers. Here's a quick takeaway. Always be cautious when using noExcept. It can save you from unexpected terminations, but it also means you need to handle exceptions carefully. And there you have it. Now you know where the terminate handler is called in different scenarios. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more insights, and remember to keep coding with confidence.